I gave AI almost nothing. No proper prompting, no script, just a conversation. And it still made a commercial that looks cool.
They say you can't buy happiness. They clearly haven't met Pen. Rich, creamy, and sophisticated. It's the peanut butter that actually respects your palate. Pine. For the grown-ups. Enjoy the joy.
Is this top-tier agency grade? Not yet, but the potential is ridiculous. It was made with invideo Agent 1, and I will show you full process. Idea, brand colors, packaging, vibe, quick storyboard, and actual video. Let's go to the screen. I will be creating my commercial with Agent 1 on InVideo website. I haven't really used much of agentic approach to creating something like that because I have my ways of doing that, but that doesn't mean I'm the most efficient, so I will give it a shot. Now let's log in, and here you can see you are presented with chat bar right away. It looks somewhat like LLM window. It basically tells you immediately what to do. Just to write and build your projects, because if this should be a brand you would like to create a lot of assets for, it would be quite nice to have some context window in the background, so when you go and create more outputs, model simply knows what the brand is about and you don't need to do it manually. Now let's give it a shot. I thought I will try it with a brand that actually do not exist. It's only in the stage of idea because I know I can produce such product, and it would be peanut butter, and I would call it Peony. I'm proud of it. I came up with it by myself. Now let's plan a video commercial for a brand called Peony, in quotation marks maybe, that sells premium peanut butter. And yes, if you are doing something new, it's a good thing to stay organized, so this is called Peony. Now, give me a color. I really like it did not start to generate visuals right away because it has basically no information other than how I would like to call it and that it should be a peanut butter. So I will give it some colors. But if I am not a designer, I can help myself. Let's go to colors, and here we can generate some color palette. Here I maybe need just 3 colors, and I will pick this color, which looks like peanuts, or maybe this one. I will look this one, then maybe some contrast. I don't know what I'm looking for, so I will just build my palette as I go. I like this accent color, so I will look this one just as well, and something darker like this. Now I have these 3 colors. I will try to screen grab it, and here it is Peony brand with colors, which I will copy from here. EDD4B2, EDD4B2 as main color, then F46036, F46036 as accent color, and 1F1300, 1F1300 as support. We can let this do its job. On the left side, you can see the history of what you are discussing with the agent, and on the right side, it will start to build you a brief or a context document. Call it any way you want. You can see Peony, it sounds bold, and those colors, warm cream with pop of orange, and you can see it is the case, so it was able to read the hex codes correctly. I'm already imagining how we can make peanut butter feel truly premium to get the rhyme. Now, it asked us about who is this commercial for. Let's say it is brand with playful emotion. It is premium product for people that want to enjoy life. They value the taste element really high, but other than that, there is no limitation yet. Here it asks us where it will go. It will be 15 seconds used on YouTube, so go 16:9, nothing longer. Here it asks us to provide some references for the packaging and maybe some style frames. We will go and search for them, but it also suggests a couple of routes it could take. I think that second approach is most appealing to me, so I will tell it use the Joy version, and I will also search for some visuals that will provide information about the vibe, the look, what I actually want to create. So it will take some time, but if you have that already prepared, you would just upload it. So here I need to upload packaging references. Open, which is the first. I also upload images of packaging I like, colors, vibe, typography, but do not take into account actual product because these have nothing to do with peanut butter. In next message, I will upload style frames for building our look. So here you can see it works. Now it did analyze what I sent before. Now it prompts me to upload style frames. So I will do it. Here I provided 4 images, but it could work with way more. Now I will prompt it, focus on colors, vibe, general emotion, camera choices, but ignore characters used. I will specify mine later. I am looking for something that is like warm, summer vibes and playful. I think these actually can work together really well. And I myself am really curious about how this will actually turn out to be. Now, you can see it already started to create product reference for me based on what I uploaded. And in here on the right side, it's something you know from working with classic LLMs, that on the right side you have a space where you see what gets created actually. And on the top, on the left, you can see that your project brief, which is really important document on its own, I would say, is actually created as you go. You can see it picked up our visual guidelines, some references for packaging, for commercial still shots. Anything I actually tell it that it matters to me, it will place it in the context window. And anytime I decide to change something, I don't know, maybe that the contrast color shouldn't be that orange one, but rather a green one, I would just type it with a new hex code and it will go through the context document and it will actually do changes everywhere that this color appears. So that's pretty cool. Now let's go to generation page and we will wait until the packaging version would be done. Of course, this is maybe a long shot because I didn't really give it much information other than vibe, main name of the brand and 4 images. It might go good and just as well really bad, but this is not the problem of the tool. It's only that I did not do my due diligence as I should. But I like to vibe create sometimes just to maybe test it out. And this agentic approach to AI generation might be something quite interesting, something that I would really adopt in my day-to-day work. But let's wait until we actually generate something. Now we have our image ready. I can take a look at it and maybe this is not bad. It created a product packaging reference sheet. I would maybe in reality upload also information for a back face of the product. Here I would only imagine that it's less focused on the kids. So I will tell it white clothes, but I want the product to be less focused on the kids, rather on adults. And it already started to generate me 6-panel commercial storyboard, but that's no problem because I can actually annotate both. And then I will tell it which adjustment I want it to apply to a product itself and also to a storyboard. Now here, rather on adults, but keep it playful. Use that orange as label background color so it pops. Use also orange colored lid and make the jar shorter. This one is too tall and it already started to analyze my feedback. I therefore assume it will start to generate new packaging reference sheet. Here you can see we have our storyboard, which was probably cool looking. However, the product itself is not the one I want, but I like it. I would just advise it so it happens somewhere else than at the beach, because there is really little or no connection of peanut butter to the beach or pool. but I will figure that out after new packaging will be done. And remember, all these changes, ideas, which I am sharing here, and I casually converse with this agent, it all gets tracked and implemented into context window. And that is super convenient because such a document you can simply download and then maybe use it as a context document for standard LLM model. So it helps you, I don't know, build a strategy out of it. Once you have it all at one place, it's so much easier. Now, here you can see it actually followed what I asked. The label is orange, like way more orange. Lid is orange just as well. Jar is shorter, and the representation of the front label is really up to a model because I didn't tell it anything. Now, one last thing I would want to do is packaging looks way better. Only tiny changes. You need to add contents information at the bottom of a label saying, let's say 350 milliliters, and also add text. It is quotation marks premium peanut butter. Now it will update product reference, and with this iterative approach I can already start to build some maybe strategy or positioning for this type of product, something like make yourself feel like a child again, because this peanut butter is meant for adults. Maybe it's high quality, beautiful taste. Kids don't care about it. If it's sweet, they will eat it, but adults might, so we could try to position it as best from both worlds, who knows, but here we are doing just like a creative sparring. Now, new version is done, premium peanut butter, also information about contents, it kept orange lid, and I especially like these close-ups which gives the model a good reference for how should light behave on this product, because the texture is quite obvious. Now, I will tell it. I am happy with this product packaging. Update it on the last version of Storyboard. Just make it happen while they are having a picnic at the backyard. Go. Now you can see it gave me a hint that product packaging is finalized, or finalized for now, for this stage, because you can get back to it. It has that history built in. Therefore, if you maybe decide that in version 3 there was quite a cool feature you would like to implement back into the most recent version, you can do that because it remembers it. Here in context, you can see it actually has the history. It was the first version, then second, third. You can simply tell it what happened in the past, what you liked, and you now somehow has a need for that. Just write it and it will remember it. You don't need to like upload it again and again because context window is there. Now, here you can see it on its own. Scroll down to the storyboard and it is creating our scenes. Now we are done. Let's inspect. And I must say it's so simple because it kept all scenes basically unchanged. It simply updated the product to its latest version, and it followed my instruction to make it happen while they are having a picnic on a backyard. I have nothing to say more. And here is interesting part because it told me what it did, that it generated new storyboard. We are the storyboard check gate. If you are happy with this flow, we are ready to start rendering actual video clips. But last paragraph is beautiful because in the beginning, I told it that it should ignore exact characters and I would specify them later. And here it gave me a hint. One thing before we hit go, you mentioned earlier that you would specify your characters later. I did tell it that I will do that. It is just giving me a hint that either I should maybe provide it with characters where I would upload images or faces, or at least somehow describe it in text, or I can tell it use those that are there. Let's not specify them now. I am happy with storyboard. Go and do animation. Do you also need any info about sound or voiceover? Ask me before you generate? Or is it now only about video, visuals? Since I don't know exactly how it works, I simply ask because it is an agent. It's not direct generation. It's all coming together. Storyboard feels right. About the sound, it actually helps quite a bit now to know the vibe now, since I use model that breathe life into visuals and audio at the same time. I will tell it first, write me some voiceover that would fit into this 15-second video. Something funny but adult. I specified that it needs to fit into 15 seconds, otherwise maybe it would give me way longer voiceover, which in the end it would need to be cut somewhere, and I don't want that. Dry, sophisticated. They say you can't buy happiness. They clearly haven't met Penny. It's rich, creamy, just having a snack. I like V1, but are you sure it can be said within 15-second clip? You're absolutely right. 42 words is a bit of a sprint. Now, they say you can buy happiness. Looks fine. I also went hunting for the right voice. Here are 3 that I think would nail the funny but adult vibe. I am okay with the script. Go pick voice as you see fit. And now it started to generate our video. It uses Seedance 2.0 for that. Now we only need to wait. But I must say that this experience is quite intuitive. Every generation was made with sufficient quality. That iteration process is logical. You need to give it feedback, since it didn't had much information from me to begin with, but it followed instructions. It worked quite fast, like not with one click. These images needs to be generated and video just as well. It doesn't take like 15 seconds, but it starts to understand the project better. And now we are done. Let's check it.
They say you can't buy happiness. They clearly haven't met Pen. Rich, creamy, and sophisticated. It's the peanut butter that actually respects your palate. Pine. For the grown-ups. Enjoy the joy.
Not bad. But yes, I would have some creative direction points here, but the output is safe. Consider how much information I gave it. I was just iterating, so the result is completely usable. So I will do that. Video looks quite good. Only thing I would like to change is I would like stronger camera direction, pans, orbits. Simply introduce more motion into it, not just zooms. If you see fit, you can introduce additional frame that would add to quality of story. Second video is ready.
They say you can't buy happiness. They clearly haven't met Pen. Rich, creamy, and sophisticated. It's the peanut butter that actually respects your palate. Pen. For the grown-ups. Enjoy the joy.
So I will wrap up this video here. I'm happy with the result. The product stayed true throughout the whole duration of the video clip. And if you would maybe add a thing or two of manual treatment for something like that, it might look like this.
They say you can't buy happiness. They clearly haven't met Pen. Rich, creamy, and sophisticated. It's the peanut butter that actually respects your palate. Pine. For the grown-ups. Enjoy the joy.
But that was not AI, that was me. If you would like to know how, you can check my community. And if you would want to try InVideo Agent 1, there is a link in the description for you. Go, try it, and let me know how it went. So that's it. I think I'm gonna give this agentic approach a couple more shots. I can really taste some potential in it, and I am pretty sure I did not squeeze all the juice out of it yet. But I will, and I will show you.